What's up everyone, welcome back to Overlanding World. In this video we're going to be replacing the lower ball joints on our Toyota Sequoia. This is definitely one of the biggest maintenance things you should look into if you have a 4Runner, Tundra, Tacoma, anything like that, especially if you have bigger tires in the lifted rig. So first step is going to be jacking up the car and removing the tires.
Alright, so the tools that you're going to need to do this job are a 19mm, a 24mm, and a 14mm sockets. You're also going to need your ratchets and some diagonal cutting pliers to remove those cotter pins. Now, the main reason why these lower ball joints fail in these pre-2007 cars is because of the way that they were loaded. So the lower control arm is pulling on the lower ball joint, so it is entire weight of the car is being pulling on this ball joint, and over time when this guy wears, this can just come out of the socket, and we'll post pictures of what it looks like when this thing comes out. It is not very pretty and it is pretty dangerous. So yeah, so it's very important to replace these pretty regularly. There was a recall too on these. This one was recalled, but since we do send it pretty fast in the dunes, we want to replace this.
So first things first, you're going to need to remove the tie rods. So here's Tiff struggling to remove the cotter pin before taking out the 14mm nut. Oh, we ended up getting a ball joint separator like this one from Harbor Freight, which made this job a lot easier. After this, you can start removing the large 19mm nut. First, we made the mistake and removed the four other ones next to it, but don't be like us, don't make this mistake, and go ahead and remove the 19mm first. Now we get to the hard part of separating the ball joint from the lower control arm. We got these clamps which were not strong enough and all kept bending like a banana, so went digging in our garage and found a pitchfork and the biggest hammer we had and kept hammering away.
Yeah, this has been going on forever. Not as easy as to make it look in the videos at all. Alright, this time it was a lot easier, I feel like, just because we knew how to do it. So I think the trick is don't take off all four bolts around the lower ball joint. So leave these four connected and just put a pick for it right here and just keep hammering until it comes off. On YouTube, everybody else just hits it at the bottom and somehow magically they pop off, but I don't think that's possible. So I think the pick for it is your best bet, and leave these four connected.
The installation is reverse of the removal, but make sure to have a torque wrench and some Loctite handy. But if you're feeling lucky, you can just do the 5 Ugga Dugga method with whatever impact gun you have. We chose to tighten everything to spec, which you can Google, but if you're feeling lazy, here's the actual torque specs. At last, the cotter pins go in. Please don't be cheap and reuse the old ones, get some new ones. We also chose this opportunity to replace our ripped ball joints. To remove these, you have to loosen the big nut and undo the whole tie rod. Make sure to count how many turns it takes to take them out, so that after this, your alignment is at least sort of correct and doesn't look like this cartoon picture. But after all, we still needed to get the car realigned, and thank you Jaspal for doing our alignment.
Alright guys, that concludes this video. A little bit longer than expected. We just had some trouble getting the lower ball joint out, which was kind of expected. We tried a few different things which we talked about, but I mean, I think everyone's car is a little bit different. Some videos we saw, it was super easy to just pop right out, and then we did struggle a bit. But yeah, anything like that?
Yeah, no, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hope to see you guys on the next one. We have a couple of exciting things prepared for you guys with some cool stuff. So yeah, see you guys on the next one.